everyone, and welcome to our first Let's Play of the Resident Evil Remake. I am Evan. I'm going to play on easy because I'm a baller. So, we picked between Chris and Jill. I will be playing as Jill in her beautiful BSAA outfit. And here we go. I'm actually going to skip a lot of the cinematic stuff just because it's a long thing, and I probably don't want to have to make you guys all watch that. And I can just tell you the story as this goes on. So we both begin in Raccoon Forest with the STARS members, and they are basically the team behind catching any sort of like bioactivity. They work in the city of Raccoon City, and the lead members are Albert Wesker, Barry Burton, Jill Valentine, and Chris Redfield, and we'll be playing as Jill Valentine.
What is this?
We are in the mansion of
not quite your ordinary house.
Alkaline Mountains or something.
Hey, Wesker.
And Jill is going to look for Chris right now because she has no idea where he is. So yeah. So this is a remake of the original game for PlayStation. The remake came out on GameCube, I think, in 2001.
A dining.
And this is an HD updated graphic version of the game that came out, I think, last year for
I think you'd better take a look
PS4
at this.
and I believe Xbox One. And they also just did this for Resident Evil 0. So yeah, this is a game that I've played many times. I definitely was quick to buy it when it came out. With the HD update, just because, I mean, what else is better than playing something with beautiful updated HD graphics? And yeah, the game is amazing. I think it's a lot better, actually, than the original Resident Evil, and I'm saying this before everyone has a mental breakdown. I actually played the original, like, when I was growing up, and I'm not that young, so I think it came out when I was relatively young, too, so I'm not a out-of-the-blue gamer by any means. Alright, I just want to show you guys what it looks like when you get killed, not because I'm bad or anything. If you believe that, then you're really gullible. But yeah, so really now? This is ridiculous. Am I not supposed to even try to kill you? This is like, this is so rude. I am not dying, oh my gosh. Wow, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing, because I have not played this in a while. It's been a hot minute. You know what, we're going to do it again, and this time, I'm not even going to do it. I'm going to let Barry take care of it with his Magnum. I'm just going to coast until I have to fight things that really matter, like that giant old snake. But you know, whatever. Once again.
Resident Evil.
Look how the game's so condescending. Again. Sure. I don't know what that is. Jill Valentine, tank top, and goggles. I don't know what that means. Yeah, so it's a really great game. I'm really excited because the Resident Evil 2 is going to get a remake, an HD remake, which is fantastic. And I'm getting messages as we speak. Anywho, yeah, this has been a staple for me most of my life. I've been a big fan of horror games, but also just Resident Evil games in general. So, I don't know what that was. But
There are only 3 stars.
there are only 3 STARS members left. I've killed
What
all
is
of them
this
and
place?
used them to make butter. I don't know what I'm saying. You guys, I don't know what I'm saying half the time, so don't take me too seriously. I'm a little delusional. I'm a little tired. But hopefully this
I
time
think
I
you'd
will
better
not
take a
die.
look.
Thanks, Barry. What I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna go to this zombie and be like, hey, and then chill. Alright, so he is not having it. Neither am I. So, let me bounce on out of here. Barry should take care of this. He's got a Magnum. I mean, I've got just like a Beretta.
Barry!
I don't know why.
Look out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of it.
Thanks, Barry. Alright, so we're gonna go find Wesker. Lo and behold, what we want to happen is not going to happen. Yeah, see, the monster gets up and decides to leave because he's pissed. So we're gonna go check for Wesker. Yeah, so the game is really amazing because the original game, also a fantastic, great game that I loved playing growing up, but it definitely, now that I've played the HD and remake in general for GameCube, like, it just has the same core parts of the original that I loved, but then just updated them. So, like, you have a lot more areas to explore, there's a lot more cinematic moments that make it feel like more of an experience, and then of course the art direction just looks so much better. Like, you really get what they were going for in the original. So I'm not poo-pooing it, and I still play the original one pretty often because I love going back and playing them, but you know, this is so amazing that it's hard not to, you know, want to play this one instead. So, you know, but I think that there's a lot to say about how this game has influenced a lot of other horror games. I mean, I would argue that this is probably the best remake of a game that I know of, at least.
I may need
at
it.
least for my favorite games, this is definitely the best remake. So, because they didn't just, you know, update the graphics and slap the name back on top of it. They added areas. They kind of try to make it more of a dynamic experience for players, which I always appreciate. So, you know, nothing to scoff at. But I think time-wise, I'm trying to keep this about 15 minutes. That way everyone won't be like, "Ugh." But it's tricky because I already died once, which is just so stupid. But I'm going to get us the sword key so we can begin exploring the mansion. So I don't know how many people of you guys who are watching have played this game before or are fans of the game series in general, but I was wondering if you wanted to comment below and say like what your favorite Resident Evil game is and why, because I think that there's a lot of reasons to like the different ones. I'll tell you that my favorite one is actually Resident Evil 2. The reason behind that is I love the fact that you get to play in Raccoon City, but also you get to do a lot of underground stuff. You get to play as Leon and Claire. Claire is actually my favorite character in the Resident Evil universe, which is why my second favorite game is actually Resident Evil Code Veronica X for PS2. A game that I think is amazing. A lot of people don't like it because it's been argued as like the hardest Resident Evil game. I agree. It's definitely one that I spent a lot of time, the first time I beat it, really frustrated because I just felt like I wasn't making a lot of headway. But when you do, it's so rewarding and you feel like you got it all figured out. So this guy's got a sweater vest on. It's nice to alternate between your gun and your knife, that way you're not constantly using all bullets, because as you'll see, there's not a lot of bullets in this game. I did go with easy, so there are, you know, going to be more opportunities for them, but it's not something that anybody should get used to. Of course, right when I say this, I find a handgun magazine. But anyway, it's the beginning of the game. They're trying to ease you into it. That's locked, right? So I have to unlock this. This is the one. Yeah. So yeah, basically the way that this is going to work at the beginning is you have to do a lot of things in the mansion, especially getting keys. Because you have to unlock a lot of different doors, and you're supposed to find as much out about the rest of the team, and you'll see we slowly figure out what happened to them, where things are going, and who really is involved in what's going on on the evil side of things. But yeah, everyone comment below. I really love to read what people think of this game and Resident Evil as a franchise. It's crazy because, you know, I was definitely one that didn't totally love Resident Evil 6. I liked it for the most part, especially Leon's story, just because I felt like it was the closest to what Resident Evil used to be. But, I don't know, like, I just wish they would try to do something that isn't just straightforward action. I think they were going off of Resident Evil 4, which I also love Resident Evil 4. I know that's probably the most accessible Resident Evil game. But I definitely think that people should kind of look past that and go back to these games because they're really not hard to pick up. I know people kind of complain about tank controls, but once you get used to them, I think personally that they're not bad at all. And it just takes some maneuvering and some finessing, but you know, no big deal. So here we go down to this grave, and as one does, and you will find that there are 4 statues for masks to be put up right over here, and we will use those later to get this big old coffin to fall down and get another key. But for now, I'm going to take this book, the Book of Curses. I'm going to examine the back of it, and there's the sword key. I will remove it. Thank you. Oh, guys, I don't want to read this. I just finished school. Exit. But yeah, as you can see, the art direction is amazing. Like, I just think it's beautiful, but also horrific, very gothic, and you know, gothic is beautiful. And I think that it gets a bad name sometimes, but people forget that, you know, things like Crimson Peak, beautiful, beautiful film, Resident Evil Remake, beautiful, beautiful game. So yes, we will go back inside. I usually go one direction, but I'm gonna go backwards because I just kind of think it's fun to try things out a little differently. So instead I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna use the mansion key here. Instead of going downstairs first. I'm not even gonna get the map right now. Because you know what? I don't need it. Mr. Sleet knows what he's doing. For the most part. That's locked. Before everyone has a heart attack. I played this not long ago, but it's still been a hot minute, so if I don't remember exactly where doors are, please bear with me. I'd appreciate it. I guess I'll take the wooden mount. But, you know, it's the kind of game where, like, I think even if you've played it a billion times, there's so many doors and so many things that you need to do that it's impossible to know, oh, this is the one I gotta do, and this is the one I don't want to do. So, if you want to be a diva, then be a diva. Yeah, that's for a dog whistle. Yep, handgun ammo. A chessboard carved from ivory. Wow, Joe, look at you knowing your chess terminology. I believe that it ended in a checkmate, everyone. Okay. And I think there's a room where I can actually save and I can put things away in a box. This Resident Evil, the other thing people don't like about it compared to new... No, that was dumb. Compared to more recent games, people like to feel equipped. They like to feel like, I've got everything figured out, I know what I'm going to be doing. Goodness gracious. You better be dead. Sorry, that was like very upsetting. They like to feel like they know exactly what's going to happen and everything, but you know, these games are really not built on that at all. They're built on feeling the survival horror, as in, like, you don't know exactly when you're going to be able to be okay, or where your next group of ammo is going to come from, if the next room is going to have zombies in it. Especially the introduction of Crimson Heads in this game, it really changes up the gameplay heavily. So, actually, I better explain that right now. And I will get into that on the next episode, actually. But I'm going to grab these bullets. And let's put some things away. Let's see, I don't need the wood. What is this? Closet key? Oh! That's because I beat the game already. So I'm going to put this away. Got some ink ribbons. And we're going to save the game. You save your progress? Yes. Loading content. Please don't turn off your PlayStation 4 system. Okay. Some people also don't like this music, but I think it's pretty cool. It's a nice little sanctuary from the craziness that is Resident Evil. But yes, I apologize, the video probably goes in and out because it's loading things. This is the online version, so there you go. But anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I will be back hopefully next week to do a little bit more of the game. I might have progressed a little bit, but that's only just to streamline things a little bit better. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.